TikTok is literally one of my favorite social media apps. And I don't know, the people seem like real serious about it this time. They seem real bipartisanship serious about it. Ain't much that Democrats and Republicans agree on, but it's giving they agree upon this, okay?
Joining me now is that gentleman you just saw in that clip, TikTok influencer Quentin Giles. You know what? That's just a great way to sum it up. At least they agree on something, right? The news has been a gut punch for so many TikTok users. For people who are just casual TikTokers or maybe haven't been on the app at all, explain what the app means to you.
Oh, gosh, thank you so much for having me. What the app means to me is not only vast entertainment, but financial freedom. The entertainment on TikTok and their algorithm is insane. Think about viral stories that have gone on, like Arisa Tisa, where you see one clip, not really sure what's going on, but as certain videos gain momentum, the algorithm makes sure to bring it back to you, so you get caught up on various stories like hers and like others. The algorithm is great, and so a lot of people find themselves scrolling for hours. What we would consider doom scrolling on like a Twitter or an Instagram is not the same on TikTok. It is pure entertainment and education. And from a financial standpoint, as a social media influencer, a substantial amount of my income comes from TikTok. Now, I am on various other platforms, as are so many other social media influencers, but TikTok has really not only allowed the influencer to turn their influence into a scalable business, but also they themselves pay us to create content on a platform that we were already doing. And so by losing this, or futuristically losing this, it's not only going to be a blow to my fund, but also to my pockets.
Yeah, so that's an aspect of this that I think a lot of people who aren't of the generation of social media and understanding the whole influencer thing, it's a job for you. So explain how you make money off of being on TikTok.
Absolutely. So one, you need to be interesting, right? Lively and bombastic to
like yourself
to follow you. But yeah, well, thank you. But in one way you can make money off of TikTok, they have a creators program where if you create content over a certain amount of time, typically over 1 minute, based on the amount of views, they will issue you a check, basically. And it's based on every per 1,000 views. They also have features where you can go live, and the people that we call them followers, I rather call them supporters, but your supporters can gift you gifts through the TikTok live, which equates to money as well, right? Also, having your own personal brand and links in bios. If you have other platforms like a Patreon subscription based, I can put that in my TikTok bio. And for those that support me, i.e. follow me, if they like me enough, they may streamline there, and it assists me in creating additional streams of revenue. So TikTok has just been great overall, again, from them paying us and them allowing us to make money off of the platform. I don't do the TikTok shop, but I have some friends that do TikTok shop. So businesses are being created where people are creating products and then linking them in their TikTok, and again, their supporter base or followers are buying it, and so it creates additional income, and it really is a business.
Okay, so that's the plus, right? The plus of TikTok, and it seems vastly great, right? There's so many pluses.
Yes.
But there's this big minus, because it's reported that the Chinese government can access data, your data, my data, anyone who's on the app, and then manipulate the content that we're seeing. The bottom line is there is a big worry about the app and security, hence this law, right, that's being proposed. So knowing that, how do you rationalize continuing to use the app?
Sure. I think that there's risk in anything that we do. I know a lot of people that I'm talking to find it quite hypocritical that for once our Congress can agree on something, but they are not using that same energy to inspect and go after other social media platforms. It's not lost on us, the whole Russia 2016 Cambridge Analytica scandal that happened on Facebook. And so one could make a direct argument that the worries of the Chinese government on TikTok that the U.S. rightfully has, there does not seem to be that same amount of energy when we look at other social media platforms, because the same thing could be done, that foreign countries, particularly enemy combatants, could have access to our data and manipulate it. And so I think there's risk across the board. Again, it just seems quite hypocritical to only go after one. And we are in a dire economic time, right? Young people like me, millennials and Gen Zers, are locked out of traditional things that we saw our parents and our grandparents be able to do, like afford housing, just afford to go to the grocery store. And so when you have a platform that is not only fun and educational, but it also provides you a certain standard of living without having to be micro-aggressed against in a traditional 9-to-5 environment, or to be micromanaged, I think the cost for us outweighs the potential damage.
What is your plan if TikTok is ultimately banned?
Yeah, so I have been for months kind of directing my supporter base to follow me on other platforms where I make money, right? So I let them know they can follow me on Patreon for a small fee if they want exclusive behind the scenes, or issue them to YouTube. The really big thing that I would really suggest for all content creators to do, which is something I'm doing, is also increasing my subscriber list. So allowing people to sign up for newsletters. That way I have their email addresses. So any other things that I do, any events that I put on, any other platforms that I'm on, I can always email them or stay in contact with them to let them know where they can find me in the event that this app gets shut down, because it definitely looks like that's where we're headed.
Quentin Giles, TikTok influencer, thank you so much for your time, and also for giving us a little taste of what it's like to be a TikTok influencer. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.